Hello and welcome back. Now, in the previous video, we set up crouching, except we saw that we don't have turn in place animations for crouching. And you may have looked in our animation folder for the animation starter pack, and you may have typed in turn and saw that there's nothing there. So we don't actually have crouching turn in place animations, so that's a problem. Now, in this video, we're going to get some new animations and we're going to learn how to retarget them from a different skeleton asset. Now, one good free source of animations is Mixamo. Now, if you go to Mixamo.com, you will be presented with the option to create an account for Mixamo. This is an extension of Adobe. Now, you can create your own account and log in. You don't have to pay anything to be able to log into Mixamo. So go ahead and create a free Mixamo account and log in. And you should be able to click on characters, and you can see there's a whole bunch of different types of characters here. And if you go ahead and select one that you like, then you'll have a character that you can either download or apply animations to. So it doesn't really matter which character you select, as long as you just choose a character, and then you can click on the animations tab, and here we have animations. Now, I encourage you to browse through these animations and take a look at all the interesting things that are available to you here, but we're interested in crouching turn animations. So I'm going to search for crouch turn, and you'll see that there are a lot of different crouching turning animations. We need something that will work with our crouching idle pose. So in our animations folder, I'm going to go ahead and find our crouching idle rifle hip animation. Here we have it, and I'm going to zoom in, and this is the pose that we have when we're crouching. So we need something that looks relatively close to this, and it doesn't have to be exact, because when we transition into the turning animation, there will be some blending. So it's okay if it's not perfectly identical to this pose. So here in Mixamo, if we take a look at this crouching turn 90 right, you'll see that the pose is slightly different. It starts off in this pose with basically one leg down. And if we take a look at our pose here in Unreal Engine, you'll see that it's a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and put these side to side here. There's our Bellica pose, and here's this pose. So they're a little bit different. Now, if we use this animation, when we blend from Bellica's pose here on the left to this pose here on the right, you should see this knee drop down, that right knee. The right leg will slide back a little bit, and the gun will come up a little bit, but that's not too big of a deal. And we can always use layered blend per bone to only use the bottom half animation. Now, there's this crouch turn 90 right, which starts off a little bit more similarly to Bellica's pose. Of course, the arms are not quite in the right position for that one. So let's go ahead and download this animation asset. So let's go ahead and maximize this so we can see what we're doing. Now, for this turning animation pose, if we click on download, we're going to download an FBX binary. That's a .fbx file with 30 frames per second. You can choose 60 or 24, but 30 frames per second for an animation should work just fine. This is only for turning in place. We don't want to use keyframe reduction, and we're going to use with skin so that we can download this mesh asset, because we need the mesh and its skeleton if we want to retarget this animation to Bellica's skeleton. So go ahead and click download. Okay, so I'm going to click show in folder, and here in the downloads folder I have crouching turn 90 right.fbx. Now here on my hard drive, on the D drive, I have an assets folder. I'm going to right click and add a new folder here, and I'm going to call this animations. I'm going to open this, and I'm going to stick this crouching turn 90 right into this folder. Now I'm going to also download the crouching turn 90 left which is this animation here. I'll go ahead and click download, but this time I will download it without skin because that first animation, the 90 right animation, will already have that skeleton information. So I won't need it for this other animation. So go ahead and click download to download the 90 left turn crouching animation. And you'll see that this one takes a great deal less time because I'm not downloading it with the skin. I'm going to click show in folder, and there's the 90 left animation. I'm going to bring in my animations folder and bring crouching turn 90 left into that folder. Now I'm ready to get these into Unreal Engine. So back here in the editor, I can go ahead and close out of this crouch idle rifle hip animation. And I'm going to go into the character animations folder, and I'm going to right click in this folder and create a new folder. And I'm going to call this crouching. And in the crouching folder, I'm going to create a new folder as well and call this new folder Mixamo Character. And in Mixamo Character is where I'm going to import that first animation. So I'm going to go to import, and here in assets/animations, I'm going to do the crouching turn 90 right animation. That's the one we downloaded first with the skin. We need to import the one that has the skin because it has a skeleton. Go ahead and click open, and here you'll see it says skeletal mesh is selected, import mesh is selected. Go ahead and click import all, and we get this warning that says no smoothing group information found. That's okay, that just means there's no smoothing group information on the asset. That's not going to affect us at all. So click close, and here we have all of the files associated with that skin that we downloaded, including a skeleton. This mesh that we downloaded is called crouching turn 90 right because that's the name of the animation. And it's going to be assigned automatically to this crouching turn 90 right skeleton. Now there's two animations. The animations have the little dark green strip at the bottom of the thumbnail. We don't want the one in the T-pose. We want the one that looks like it's crouching in the thumbnail. Double click that and you'll see this is the turn in place animation turning right. Now let's go back to the crouching folder where we have our Mixamo character folder. Let's right click, create a new folder, and let's call this one animations to retarget. And we're going to go back into Mixamo character, take our crouching turn 90 right anim Mixamo and drag that into animations to retarget and click move here. And now in animations to retarget, we simply have our turn in place animation. Now we can go ahead and import the turn 90 left animation here. So let's click add import and import asset, and this time we'll choose the turn 90 left.fbx. And this time for our FBX import options, we do not have the option to import the mesh because this animation asset was downloaded without the skin. And because we downloaded it without the skin, we have to select a skeleton. Now, we can't just choose the Bellica skeleton because the skeleton for Bellica is based off of the Unreal Engine mannequin, and the Mixamo skeleton that this animation is based off of is different. This one is based off of the skeleton that we imported along with the turn 90 right, and that's called crouching turn 90 right skeleton. So go ahead and select that and click import all. And now we have crouching turn 90 left. Double click that and you'll see the turn 90 left animation. Okay, so now we have crouching turn 90 left and crouching turn 90 right animations. Let's go ahead and choose the crouching turn 90 right anim Mixamo and rename it and take out that extra part at the end so that way it's just crouching turn 90 right. Now we're ready to retarget these. So let's click save all and save everything that we've done. Okay, so we have our new crouching animations, but they are not using Bellica's skeleton. We need to retarget them, and we're going to cover that in the next video. So see you soon.